prospective Newmeadow families. I'm Jenna Gallo. We welcome you to take a tour of Newmeadow with us. But first, let's introduce our directors.
Hi, I'm Stacy Cornell. I'm the Executive Director here at Newmeadow. I have been with Newmeadow for 25 years. I oversee all aspects of the school, everything from students, their programs, their finances, HR, and operations, with the end goal being providing our students with the best learning experience to prepare them for the future.
Hi, my name is Cindy Beauclair. I am the Associate Executive Director. I have been with Newmeadow for 14 amazing years and have seen great growth in both our agency and the students that have walked through our doors. My purview is the financial and human resources side of Newmeadow, which helps me support the students that we serve, which makes my job even better.
Hi, I'm Cameron Bennett. I'm the Clinical Director here at the Fort Edward site. At Newmeadow, I guide the development and implementation of applied behavior analysis in all of our programs. I'm a great resource to discuss your child at home or in the program for ABA. We also have BCBAs on site that would be happy to help you.
Hello and welcome. My name is Ramona Granelli, and I am the Regulatory Compliance Director here at Newmeadow. I have been associated with Newmeadow for 20 years and have been employed for over 16. In my role, I work with the management team to ensure compliance with all applicable laws, regulations, internal policies, and industry standards, as well as oversee building safety and security. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. Thank you and enjoy your tour.
Hello, my name is Jenna Gallo. I have a master's degree in social work and I'm currently licensed in New York State as a licensed clinical social worker. I am currently the education director at the Fort Edward site. You will utilize me in any regard to your child's program. I'm available 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock to answer any questions, field any concerns, or if you simply want to tell us how your child's doing, we love to hear that as well. Let me tell you a little bit about our school. We have 7 classrooms here at the Fort Edward site. We can service around 80 special education students and 27 general education students. We provide speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. We also provide discrete trial teaching as a part of our applied behavior analysis program. We strive to educate all children, including those with autism and other special needs. We do this by preparing them for learning and life through techniques associated with applied behavior analysis. Don't worry, we'll dive into that a little bit later in this video. We are an open enrollment school, so after this video, if you are interested in our program, call us no matter the month. You can read more about us on our website under the About Us tab. For now, let's move into our classrooms. Special education students can be bused in, back and forth, while general education students are parent pickup and drop-off only. Newmeadow staff are outside to greet all the children and bring them to their classrooms every morning. This is one of our 3 integrated classrooms here at the Fort Edward site. While each classroom holds different populations, each year with a variety of abilities, the curriculum, philosophy, and approach to teaching the individual child is the same across all environments. In this classroom, you could see 1 master's level special education teacher, 1 general education teacher, and 1 teaching assistant. There can be up to 9 general education students in this classroom and 9 special education students, for a total of 18 students in our integrated classroom settings. So, what will your child's day look like? Students arrive between 8:20 and 8:45. We immediately start working on what we call adaptive skills, or self-help skills. This includes taking off their own backpack, unzipping, taking lunch out, and picking out a snack, getting their belongings into their personal cubbies, and in general, getting prepared to have a successful day. Don't worry, we are here to use those techniques associated with ABA or applied behavior analysis to help prompt them through these routines. Each child will learn at their own pace and even utilize different prompts to be able to eventually complete this independently. We could use a picture schedule, simple hand gestures, or hand-over-hand prompting. After your child completes their morning routine, it's time to play. During playtime, we are working on those invaluable social skills, whether it is simply being able to play in the same area as their peers, or as complex as asking them to play, sharing, and even carrying on a conversation. We are there to facilitate building these skills. You may even see a speech therapist in the room, working with an individual child, and inevitably providing support in this area to all the children in the classroom through instruction and modeling. Next could be circle time. This would be your child's first large group activity. Students are expected to sit and attend to greeting their peers, discussing the weather and what's appropriate to wear for the weather. They discuss parts of the calendar, year, month, day, days of the week, and number of the day. These concepts are taught and practiced through interactive teaching, singing, dancing, and finger play. The length of this time increases as children become successful. While it may be 10 minutes in September, hopefully by January we are looking at 20 minutes, and by June we will have the full 30 minutes. We might also add in math concepts, so counting students in the room, or literacy concepts like rhyming that is required in most kindergarten settings. Please know we do not expect any child to be able to sit for that length of time when they first arrive. That's what we're here for. We are constantly moving throughout the day. We know how important it is to stay active and try our hardest to incorporate this in every part of the schedule. But just in case your child needs a little extra more activity to their day-to-day, we can provide it. This could be anywhere from a walk outside to musical chairs. We also use our classroom technology to play familiar songs and follow dances to some of their favorite songs. Does Cuckoo Kangaroo, Jack Hartman, or Lisa Loeb sound familiar? Don't worry, you will be well versed by the end of the year. The following parts of the day are based out of a curriculum we have implemented and is New York State approved. 4 to 5 students in a group are led by one staff member. Each center ranges from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on where we are at in the year. Remember, we want to systematically work up to those kindergarten skills, and they rotate through each center. Each center is a different subject. They could do art projects, science experiments, social studies assignments, literacy, any of them. Listening and learning is a large group activity that is directly related to advancing the literacy skills. Again, this is provided to the staff through New York State approved curriculum to correlate with what they will see and guide us in how they will learn when they make that big move to kindergarten. We get outside every day unless it is under 22 degrees or over 100 degrees. We have a beautiful new playground with a fenced-in area that can be used for bubbles, snacks, duck, duck, goose, anything under the sun that the teacher can come up with. If it's raining, we have a large gym that the students can run around and play in. Parents or guardians provide both snack and lunch. We encourage students to eat their healthy foods first and then receive their juice boxes or other snacks after. We work on following familiar routines like hand washing, setting up our eating areas, cleaning up our areas, and social skills during these times. Requesting help, however the child may be able to do so, asking for more, initiating with a peer, or all skills you might see during our snack and lunch times. Let's move on to our self-contained classrooms. In the 12-1-2 classroom, you could see a master's level special education teacher or someone who is working towards their degree and 2 teaching assistants. We will add an assistant for any child who has a one-to-one on their individualized education plan or IEP from their school district. These classrooms hold up to 12 students. All students have an individualized education plan or IEP. We have 4 of those self-contained classrooms or 12-1-2 settings at our Fort Edward site. The 12-1-2 schedules look very similar to our integrated classrooms. They do use a version of the curriculum aligned with New York State standards and are well modified and adapted to meet your child's needs. The differences you will see here in the self-contained classrooms are more staff prompting, assisting the individual child, decreased time for each activity, modified lesson plans, and like every classroom, individualized plans are always an option if the student is not progressing efficiently. In addition, a 12-1-2 will focus on self-help skills and following familiar routines, just a bit more so they can get them prepared to maybe visit or permanently move to an integrated setting. Our goal is always to close that gap, provide them with as much support as we can, and slowly but systematically take away as we see success while challenging them with high expectations.
At Newmeadow, we utilize 5 main characteristics of the ABA principles. These are positive reinforcement, ignore and redirect, functional communication, and least to most prompting strategies. Positive reinforcement is where we take a desired behavior and we use it to reinforce the appropriate behavior that we want to see. So we'll be using things that the child likes to use and we'll be reinforcing them with it when we see desirable behaviors. The benefits of positive reinforcement are it fosters positive learning experience, increases student engagement and participation, it enhances self-esteem, and it encourages intrinsic motivation. Other types of motivation can include social interactions, tangible reinforcement, and of course, activities and learning activity. When maladaptive behavior occurs, we redirect and ignore these problem behaviors. We do not want to give attention to these problem behaviors in case the attention is the function. This means we withhold any attention to the challenging behavior and redirect the student to engage in appropriate behavior using positively phased directions. We avoid using no statements. We try to use "we can do" or "why don't we try this" instead. At Newmeadow, we've chosen to use a least to most prompting strategy to help our students learn. We begin with a typical verbal instruction such as "stand up." If the student does not stand up, we move to a gesture demonstrating the action, followed by a visual that shows someone standing up. Next, we move to a verbal, such as sign language or leading question, where all of our friends are standing up. If the student still does not reply to this, we may use a partial physical prompt. And finally, if necessary, using a full physical prompt. The goal is to encourage our students to learn, and we want to follow through on all of our demands so that we make sure that they understand that when teachers are giving demands, we're following through. As always, with all of our demands, we want to reinforce at the end of everything to make sure that we're getting that positive behavior that we want to see out of our students. When our students come to Newmeadow, we review each IEP individually with our team and ensure that we are looking at all the goals to make sure that the support that they need is exactly what they need to have. Our ABA clinic is the nucleus of our school. It is the center hub of everything. And here at Fort Edward, it actually is the center of the school. The ABA clinic is designed so we can educate our students when they are maybe not getting everything they need in the classroom to give them that extra bump, and to make sure that we are seeing all the skills develop how we want to see them go. Our ABA clinic works to guide the application of ABA within our classrooms and therapy settings, support our students in classroom to reduce interfering or challenging behaviors, build skill acquisition in DTT programs, and train our staff to acquire that DTT knowledge that they can carry on and do independently in the classroom, even without our support. The plan's sole purpose is to reduce that gap that other learners may have so we can more align them with that integrated type setting. We begin by targeting areas of need for the child. In most cases, these are prerequisite skills including stimulus orientation, remaining seated, and imitating actions. As the program progresses, we could add goals such as identifying colors, shapes, and numbers. All students enrolled in our self-contained classrooms receive ABA services. Our integrated students are also offered ABA services where needed. We can accommodate the individual needs of each student, ranging from few push-in sessions a week during problematic times to 5 times a week of discrete trial teaching sessions. The level of service is determined by the child's BCBA and can change through each school year. In addition to the ABA clinic, we also have the ability to add behavior change procedures into our children's curriculum. All of our behavior plans are made and designed by a BCBA and are modified and edited by a BCBA and the clinical director. The goal of a BCP is to decrease problem behavior while redirecting and increasing appropriate behavior for the child to engage in, so we can teach better learning opportunities and more functional communication that will carry them on through life so they can continue to grow. If you are continuing to see problems and you have problems at home, you can always call me, Cameron, the clinical director, or one of our fantastic BCBAs, and they would be happy to help you. Social groups are created anywhere between November and January. The point of social groups is to get like-minded peers together so that they can learn skills and interact with peers so they can get that social modeling out of it. We also want them to learn how to socially interact in different scenarios or different environments. One of the big components of ABA as a whole and here at Newmeadow is data collection. We take pride on making sure that we're taking all the data we possibly can on IEP goals and all of our BCP goals, and when we're in the clinic, making sure those goals are getting data too.
We pride ourselves on our ability to connect with families. Teachers and therapists will reach out at least once per week via email to check in, or Brightly, our app. Quarterly reports are accompanied by student progress graphs that have detailed data on how your child is progressing across all environments. Parent conferences are scheduled at the beginning and end of the year, and they're scheduled ahead of time and can be requested at any time. And as always, your child's team is available by phone in the afternoon if need be. We are always willing to help or find the help you need if we cannot provide it. We thrive on providing your child a safe, fun, and educating environment by using techniques associated with applied behavior analysis to guarantee a successful start to your child's education.
All right, well, thank you. That concludes our tour. It's been a blast having you, and we can't wait to see you in the future. Thank you so much.
Bye.